Hey everyone! Today's video is a little different. It's not just about Madoka Magica or Homura or even anime itself. It's about a person, someone who made a difference in my life and whose memory I really want to honor with all of you today. I want to tell you about my friend Raf. Her full name would be Raf Rain. For those who don't know who she is, Raf was an incredibly talented AMV editor. She was also a deeply kind soul and someone who really loved Madoka Magica with all her heart, especially Homura. She loved Homura. I first met Raf 7 years ago, back when I was just an AMV editor. For those unfamiliar, AMV stands for Anime Music Video. It's a passion project where you take your favorite anime, pair it with music, and create something beautiful. That's where I started on my YouTube journey, and that's also where I met Raf. We met through what's called a multi-editor project, or MEP. It's a group project where multiple editors come together to create one cohesive video. Raf and I ended up working on one together, and from there, a friendship was born. She had this really incredible editing style. It was sharp, emotional, and it was always full of life. I really admired her very much. And I can't even tell you how many times I tried to emulate her style. Raf wasn't just talented, she was one of the most selfless people I've ever known. Anytime I needed help with a project, she'd always be there for me. And what I loved about her is that she never hesitated whenever I would ask her for help. But what always amazed me about Raf was her strength. She was sick for most of her life, constantly in and out of the hospital. Despite that, she lived with so much joy and passion. She cared deeply about others and always put them first, even before herself. Even when she was struggling, she found ways to make you feel supported, loved, and cared for. That's just who she was. It's no surprise that Homura was Raf's favorite character in Madoka Magica. When I think about it now, it's easy to see why. Homura starts off as this fragile, sickly girl, someone who's underestimated and dismissed. But she doesn't let that define her. She grows into this fierce protector, someone who will do whatever it takes to save the person she loves the most. In a way, Raf was like that too. She wasn't just strong, she was relentless in her love and care for others. She fought so hard to live, to create, and to make a difference, just like Homura. I often wonder if Raf saw that connection, if Homura gave her strength when she really needed it the most. It feels fitting then that the last video Raf ever uploaded to her YouTube channel was a full AMV all about Homura. It's a masterpiece, raw, emotional, and so true to who Raf was as an artist. It's sad when somebody passes away, but at least Raf left behind her art. I'll have links to all of her stuff in the description below that you can check out. I think it's amazing that if nothing else, we all can continue to live through her art. Needless to say, it's hard to lose a friend. It's even harder when you realize how much they shaped your life. Raf wasn't just a friend. She was someone who inspired me to be better, to create with passion, and to always put my heart into everything I do. None of you had the chance to meet her, but by sharing her story and her work, I hope to keep her memory alive. She deserves to be remembered, not just for her talent, but for the light she brought into the lives of everyone who knew her. So, Raph, this one is for you. Thank you for being my friend and for teaching me so much and for leaving behind a legacy of kindness and creativity. For everyone watching, as I said, I will link Raph's channel in the description, and I want you guys to check out her editing and be amazed by it. And there's one thing I want you to take away from this. I want you to really cherish your friends. Let them know how much they mean to you. Never take their passion and their presence for granted, because life is really short. And I really just want to thank you for letting me share this story. And now, without further ado, this is going to be the live stream that I mentioned where me and Raph are talking about Homura. I'm basically just interviewing her and asking her questions about Homura, and she's just talking about how much she likes Homura and just answering, the questions that I ask her. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Hello!
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so I wanted to bring you on specifically because I know that you're very passionate when it comes to Madoka because you've made like amvs regarding it, and I know how much you essentially love it.
Indeed.
Yes.
Madoka is very important to me.
From your perspective, do you feel like Homura is a character who did anything wrong, or do you like what is your perspective on that?
I feel like her goal was correct, but she had terrible execution.
Yeah.
Like, her goal was just to protect her friend, which is absolutely innocent, but it kept failing, and then she just went to extremes and desperate measures, and that wasn't a good thing, and then bad things happened.
Yeah, things just kind of went out of control from that point. Yeah. So, between all the forms of Homura, like, obviously we know that there's Momura, there's Devil Homura, and then, of course, we have, like, the normal one that we're all the most accustomed to. Do you have a favorite of the three? Or do you have a preference?
Well, my particular favorite is just the normal.
Okay.
Like, just normal Homura. She's not, like, unprepared for the world, but she's also not literally Satan.
Oh,
so...
okay. Am I to assume, based on what you just said, that you're one of those people that wasn't happy with the whole transition that took place in the
No,
third...
that's not true, actually.
Okay.
I very much enjoy what they did with the character, but as far as like what version of her I like the best, it's just the normal one. I very much like what they did with her. It just isn't my favorite form of her.
Okay. Because a lot of people sort of felt like Homura's story, while she didn't necessarily get what she wanted in the original series, the fact that they made that move, it's sort of... A lot of people would say that it kind of messed up her character, though there are some that would say that it makes perfect sense given the fact that she never had her original goal realized. Like, what is your perspective on that? Do you feel like... that it makes...
Well, first of all, Kyubei's a dick. That's my
okay.
Because her goal didn't ever get realized, and that really makes me mad.
Yeah.
But I would say that, I don't know, I really have a lot of emotions about Homura. She's my favorite, but I don't feel like they really achieved her goal, because you have to think about it as they didn't really twist anybody else's goals. It was just the situations around them that twisted it. And for Homura to reach her goal, she had to go to extreme measures and literally become the devil. And I think I don't know, a lot of people were upset about that, and I have to keep it in the perspective of, this is like, what, are they in high school or middle school? I can't even remember.
Middle school, if I'm not mistaken.
This is a middle schooler who has been put through hell.
She has.
What do you expect? Like, they're not unbreakable.
Yeah, that's very true. Like I sometimes kind of marvel at the transition between Momura and the Homura that we knew. Like, when you think about how seemingly innocent that she was, and that she was kind of frail, but then when you see how her emotions kind of became twisted. Like when you compare Homura to the version that we see in like the timeline that we're the most familiar with, like she really, like, you don't, obviously we don't see every timeline that she goes through, but we can kind of see that she was drastically altered by everything that she experienced. It's just like because, for example, I know that in the series, one of people's biggest complaints about Homura is the fact that she doesn't care about the other girls in the series, and I feel like if you go back and look at what she was like in the earlier timelines, you can sort of say that that's not true. Do you kind of get?
You also have to look at it as we saw in a couple of timelines that the other girls did not believe Homura.
True.
When she was like, "Hey, my power is to go back in time."
Right.
And freeze time and all of this, and
right.
I've seen you guys get real effed up, so maybe not do this. And
right.
they were just like, that's not true, and like that messes with you.
Yeah, especially
like,
yeah.
Like it messes with you enough just to go through it, but then to be told you didn't, like, hello?
Yeah, I remember it was especially Sayaka that kind of got in her case. What do you think about their relationship? Sayaka was always the one character that always seemed to have the most issues with Homura, and you can make the argument that she sort of made like certain situations a lot more difficult for her in the idea of trying to help Madoka. Like, so do you have any perspective when it comes to their relationship at all?
I think that Sayaka is the kind of person to just like generally judge a book by its cover, so it wouldn't matter really what Homura did after she made her initial like thought of her. And I feel like Homura is just at the point that we see her like in the beginning of the anime. I feel like Homura is just used to it and just sort of blows her off because of it, because she knows how Sayaka is at that point way better than Sayaka knows herself, probably.
Right.
And so I feel like their relationship would never not be extremely strained.
Aww.
Like I don't think there's any coming back from the things that Sayaka has said, even though she doesn't know she said them.
Right. Given everything that happened in the third movie, because obviously the third movie sort of hints at the fact that those two are gonna probably have some kind of confrontation should Madoka continue. Do you feel like, how do you feel like that situation between them could go based on what we know of their relationship and based on what was shown at the end of the third movie? Like, do you have any?
I would say probably only downhill from here. But then we have to think that in the third movie, what was Sayaka doing the whole movie? She was trying to help Homura, which was probably for Madoka, because Madoka asked her to.
Right.
But she was trying to help Homura the whole movie, so I don't know. You have to think about that too, and that's really weird to me.
Yeah. I guess that sort of represents... Well, I mean, obviously the Sayaka in the third movie is a lot more mature than the one that we saw in the original series. So I guess you can call that character development in some way, and as to how she's sort of dealing with Homura compared to before. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'm now going to have one of Raf's AMVs play. Hope you enjoy. Check out her channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.
I'm sorry I'm here again. I'm sorry I'm starting to wear again. Sorry you're tired of hearing it. I'm tired of carrying all the comparisons. Sorry I'm feeling it. I'm sorry I suck at concealing it. If I were real with you, I'd tell it all. If you were real with me, you'd tell me you don't think I'm real at all. So who do you think you are? Without me you're nothing. Don't mean to cause no alarm, but I'm all you got. You treat me like you forgot how we got started. Now I'm discarded. Not sure what I did, but I don't belong here. If you don't need me, I'll hang back. But you're gonna feel me when the panic attacks. Yeah, remember that? You and me, see, we go way back. Had your best interest, had your back, but you weren't interested in that. And I do my best to shut up, cause that's all you ever try to tell me when I come up. I stay in the basement and try to hold the breakdowns back, but the basic math says this won't last. How much longer do you think you have? One of these days you'll totally crash. You'll look at me like, what just happened? That's what I've been trying to keep from happening. So I keep you happy, till some day suddenly, sadly, you're snapping. Shatters the glass, it's hard holding it back. ain't what we are. Like you think you really got us this far, and that's all in spite of me, really now. And you wish I wasn't here, really now. Give you the warnings, give you the signs. You just ignore me, pay me no mind. For so many years, I couldn't stop, and now I make you feel like I feel a promise. I'm sorry I doubted you, sorry I made you shut up. I couldn't face the truth, it scared me too much, so I kept you locked up. Cause I didn't know that I needed you, till you let me know. I'm sorry I doubted you, I'm sorry I made you shut up. I couldn't face the truth, cause it scared me too much, so I kept you locked up. Cause I didn't know that I needed you, but I do now.